There's no way.
Final seconds, no fouls to give.
No f***ing way.
Haliburton looking.
This can't be happening again.
Haliburton driving, pulls off, jump shot.
What just happened between Tyrese Haliburton and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in Game 1 of the Finals? Whatever it was, it didn't just flip a game. It flipped the entire NBA script. Not long ago, Tyrese Haliburton was under fire, voted the league's most overrated player by fellow pros, brushed off by analysts, overlooked by fans. They called him flashy but not clutch, smart but not scary. And now, he just delivered a moment so wild, so unexpected, that it left SGA, an MVP-level star, completely frozen at midcourt. But here's the truth. This wasn't just a buzzer beater. This was redemption. This was personal. A response to everyone who doubted him, to every headline that questioned his killer instinct. In the finals, with the whole world watching, Tyrese Haliburton delivered the shot of the year. Picture this. 1 second left. SGA misses. The crowd explodes. But Haliburton, he's sprinting. Clock ticking. He grabs the inbound, races up the floor, 2 defenders in his face, rises, and buries it. Crowd in shock. Thunder stunned. Haliburton roars. That moment, it hit different, especially if you've ever been counted out, ignored, or told you weren't ready. It wasn't just a win. It was a statement. The kind that echoes across arenas, headlines, and locker rooms. And just like that, the entire finals changed course.
Final seconds, no fouls to give. Haliburton looking. Haliburton driving, pulls off, jump shot. It's good! It's good! Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Haliburton does it again. With 0.3 of a second remaining.
Game 1 wasn't supposed to end this way. The Thunder had the edge. SGA had the storyline. But Haliburton, he had the last word. Now, the question isn't about who leads the series. It's who controls the narrative. Because for the first time this postseason, SGA looked shaken. And Haliburton, he looked like a superstar writing his own legacy. This video breaks down how Tyrese Haliburton broke the spread, flipped the script, and maybe, just maybe, cracked SGA's playoff rhythm, all in one cold-blooded moment. Before Game 1 even started, Vegas had already made up its mind. This series was supposed to be over before it began. The Oklahoma City Thunder came in with 68 wins, the league's top defense, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander playing like an MVP on a mission. They were young, explosive, and locked in. Meanwhile, the Indiana Pacers, barely a blip, written off completely. From fans to analysts, even to former players, the vibe was the same. This would be a sweep. And Tyrese Haliburton, he wasn't just doubted. He was disrespected, labeled as a fake star, mocked by fans online, voted one of the most overrated players in the league, left off the All-Star roster. Even Team USA benched him for the Olympics. To most of the basketball world, he was lucky just to be there. Vegas had OKC at -500 to win the series. That's not just confidence, it's dismissal. Like betting on gravity. Like saying Indiana didn't belong in the same gym. And early in Game 1, that narrative looked real. The Pacers turned it over 9 times in the first quarter. They looked rattled, like underdogs walking into a room where no one believed in them. But then, something shifted. Haliburton didn't yell, didn't pout, he didn't blink. He just stayed calm, took over in small ways, changed the tempo, found his teammates, hit big shots. Slowly, the Pacers clawed back into the game. And suddenly the crowd wasn't just watching, they were holding their breath. It was like watching a fighter who everyone thought would fold, start punching back with precision. Can the most doubted player in the finals really shift momentum against the league's most dominant team? That's the question no one expected to ask. But now, it's real. Because Haliburton isn't here to play it safe. He's here to prove every number, every bet, and every prediction dead wrong. But here's the real question. Was OKC ever truly in control? Or were we all just sold the wrong story? From the very first quarter, it was clear. SGA was in total control. He wasn't just scoring, he was drawing fouls, slowing the tempo, and dictating the entire rhythm of the game like a seasoned puppet master. Every move had purpose. Every possession moved at his pace. Oklahoma City had the lead, the poise, and it seemed the referees too. Because while OKC got the benefit of the whistle, Indiana got slammed. Time after time, Haliburton drove and got knocked around. No calls. Then Lou Dort nearly took a Pacers player's arm off, and nothing. The refs weren't just inconsistent, they were disruptive. A challenged call was reversed. A missed foul shifted the momentum. It wasn't subtle. The crowd booed loudly. Commentators looked uncomfortable. Pacers fans screamed at their TVs, furious at what felt like invisible forces shaping the game. And yet, even with that advantage, Oklahoma City couldn't pull away. It was like trying to win a chess match when your opponent keeps moving the pieces after your turn. But even in that chaos, something was building. Haliburton stayed calm, didn't argue, didn't break. He just absorbed it and turned that frustration into fuel. SGA kept his composure, yes. But Haliburton, he was starting to glow red hot beneath the surface. So now the question gets real. Is this game truly about talent and execution? Or about who the league wants to win? Because if even the officiating can't stop the comeback, then what happens next might not be in anyone's control. It was late in the fourth. The intensity was peaking, and every possession felt like life or death. The crowd was tense. Coaches were pacing. And just when things were hanging in perfect balance, reality broke. A missed free throw. The rebound bounced off the rim. It looked like normal chaos until the whistle blew. Lane violation. Ball back to OKC. At first, people didn't even understand what had happened. Then came the replays. Not one camera angle showed a clear infraction. More importantly, not one angle showed the ref even looking at the lane. That's what made the moment feel surreal. Like something was off. Like the rules were being rewritten on the fly. Social media exploded instantly. Analysts were stunned. Players on both benches looked confused. Twitter flooded with side-by-side frames, slow-motion breakdowns, and furious fans demanding answers. This wasn't just a bad call. It was a trust-breaking moment. Indiana fans felt robbed. They'd already been battling the odds, the refs, and the disrespect. Now this, a lane violation with no visual proof? It felt like manipulation. Even neutral fans, people just watching for basketball, started to question what was happening. When fans lose faith in the fairness of the game, the whole foundation shakes. But here's the twist. That call didn't kill Indiana's hope. It lit a fire. You could feel it. The anger turned into energy. Tyrese Haliburton didn't argue. He didn't freeze. He took a breath, looked around, and something changed in his eyes. That lane violation, instead of deflating the team, refocused them. It was like a ref changing the score after the play ended, and the player deciding to beat the system anyway. From that moment on, Indiana played like they had nothing to lose and everything to prove. The passes were faster, the defense got tighter, and Haliburton, he turned ice cold, hitting shots with the confidence of a man who'd seen through the illusion. The progressive tension was real now. This wasn't just a basketball game. It felt like a story being rewritten in real time. A team rising through chaos. A city on its feet, and a star refusing to let someone else write his ending. With the refs and the odds both stacked against them, could Indiana actually deliver the punch that would shift the finals? Or were they about to fall apart under pressure? What happened next would answer that question, and flip the entire series on its head. The game was on edge. The crowd was roaring. Every breath felt like it might tilt the court. And then, Nembhard made the moment his own. He dribbled, stopped, stepped back, and let it fly. SGA hit the floor. The ball hit the net. 3 points. Pure dagger. And just like that, what had been Oklahoma City's game turned on its head. The Thunder went silent. Indiana had life. But it wasn't over. SGA got the next look. The game was in his hands, and he missed. A rare late-game slip from a player who rarely cracks under pressure. 0.9 seconds left. Timeout Pacers. Then, the camera found Haliburton. He wasn't sweating. He wasn't blinking. There was no fear, no panic. Just this quiet, chilling confidence. Like he already knew the ending. Everyone expected overtime. That was the safe bet. The logical path. But Haliburton had other plans. It's that one moment we all know. When everyone else panics, and one person steps forward with ice in their veins. The inbound comes, one dribble, one motion, one shot, and the ball rips through the net. Game over. But it wasn't just about the win. It was about rewriting the narrative. For Haliburton, it wasn't just a bucket. It was a statement that he belonged, that he wasn't overrated, that he was a star now, on the biggest stage. And as the buzzer echoed across the arena, one question hung in the air. Did that shot just break SGA's rhythm for the entire series? OKC was stunned. The fans were frozen. SGA walked off in silence. And on the other side, Indiana didn't even celebrate like it was a miracle. They walked off like they expected it. Tyrese Haliburton had done it again. Just like against Milwaukee, Cleveland, and New York, he hit the shot that mattered most. Not just once, but every time. And this one? This was game 1 of the finals. He didn't hesitate. He didn't blink. He didn't flinch. He buried the pressure. And just like that, the narrative flipped. He's no longer the overrated guy. He's the most clutch player in the playoffs. Maybe in the whole league right now. It's the kind of moment where the underdog becomes the headline. Like the quiet kid who surprises everyone with the speech of the year, while the stars sit in shock. And now Game 2 isn't about OKC's dominance anymore. It's about whether they can survive. Because SGA wasn't just outplayed, he was out-iced at the buzzer. And here's the real question that's got everyone buzzing. Is Tyrese Haliburton actually built to take this entire thing? This was more than a win. It was a moment that flipped reality. SGA, the MVP favorite, the face of OKC's future, just got outplayed, outclassed, and outclutched by a guy the league once called overrated. Because you can't measure heart, and you should never underestimate someone with nothing to lose and everything to prove. In just 0.3 seconds, Tyrese Haliburton didn't just silence critics, he rewrote his entire legacy. SGA didn't just miss. His rhythm froze, his mind blanked, and Haliburton, he saw the moment and took it. So now we ask, if the underdog already landed a knockout, what comes next? One game in, and the final story is already on fire. This is why we love basketball. Unexpected moments that flip everything. Subscribe for more breakdowns. Was this better than Ray Allen's 2013 shot? Let us know below.